It's so nice to be here, to be out of my apartment. I have a situation at home right now. I got a roommate that's refusing to pay rent. Anyone else have to deal with this? One person said amen, and they converted to Christianity because of it, I guess. Yeah, he's refusing to pay rent, and he leaves skid marks in the toilet. Look, I know you're a classy crowd. You don't want to hear about this. But you can't not pay rent and then also do that. Also, skid marks is a hilarious term for that. Because that implies like 60 miles per hour. It was going so fast. It's like Vin Diesel drove it in. I don't know. It's nice to be here because I'm not at my other job. I have another job. I work as a door guy at a comedy club. I guess the job title is confusing because a couple weeks ago, my job, they hired a new young server. She's in her early 20s, Generation Z. I am a millennial. We're old now. I don't know if that's sunk in for you guys yet. If you had an AOL screen name, guess what? Yeah, you're old as fuck. But so I was working in a room with this new young server, and she came up to me out of nowhere, and she said, "Oh, hey, by the way, what are your pronouns?" No one's ever asked me that before. And for a second, I panicked, because you know when someone asks you your name, you like black out for a half second? You're like, oh, what the fuck is my name? So I was like, she, her. I said it really fast. I was like, she, her, what are yours? I don't know if you're supposed to ask back when somebody asks you. It was my first pronoun rodeo. I don't know the protocol. So I said, she, her, what are yours? And she said, oh, same. And then she walked away. And I breathed a sigh of relief. I was like, okay. I interacted with the younger generation. It went well. I walked outside. I ran into another door guy. And I told him, I was like, oh, hey, by the way, the new young server, she's going around doing this cool new young person thing. She's asking everybody their pronouns. And the other door guy, he said, what? Because, as it turns out, I am the only employee who she asked, what are your pronouns? What do I do with this information? My coworkers, they started a whole new group text just to confirm that I was the only one that she asked. I mean, they couldn't check with anybody that has an Android, but... You guys want to know a fun fact about Android phones? Did you know that the Amber Alert sound, it actually goes off on Android phones first before iPhones? Yeah, because they want to tip off the people that are more likely to have taken a child, so that's why they do that. I can tell that I've touched a nerve with some of you, some members of the audience, and I think we all know what color your text messages get sent in. So, I used to work at the Apple Store. I worked at someone wooed. Yeah, I guess. I worked at an Apple Store in Beverly Hills, and sometimes celebrities would come in to the store. It was considered one of the perks of the job. Yeah, you know, no health insurance, but sometimes you got to watch RuPaul by headphones. And pretty thrilling stuff. Yeah, RuPaul came in one time. Margot Robbie came in once. I sold her an iPod Shuffle. That's how long ago this was. And then one time, Stevie Wonder came in. Yeah, and all the employees, we got so excited because we couldn't believe Stevie Wonder was there. We started taking pictures of Stevie Wonder, and our manager got mad, and he pulled us aside. He was like, hey, you guys, this is super unprofessional. You have to stop taking pictures of Stevie Wonder. And all of us were like, I mean, did he say something? Because he's blind. I don't know if you... I only say that because one time I was doing that joke at a show and a woman in the front row wasn't laughing at all, which, fair, I'm not for everyone. And then as soon as I said he's blind, she went, oh. And I asked her, I was like, you didn't know Stevie Wonder was blind? And she was like, no. And I was like, man, what a horrific way to find that information out. Front row of a comedy show. This next bit of information isn't fun either, so I apologize to the people in the front row. But my grandpa passed away recently, and I'm a Jew. Anyone else? Okay, only in the front. Honestly, that's what I requested before the show, so that's good. So the Jews might know this, but other people might not. What Jews do is they wait a year to mark a dead person's grave. That's something we do, because you want to let all the family secrets come out before you commit anything to stone, you know? Like you wouldn't want to put loving and faithful husband and father 6 months later meet a second family, you know? So you wait, and we were trying to decide what to put on my grandpa's grave, and my grandpa's from Chicago, so my mom wanted to put Chicago's finest. And yeah, I told her I didn't think it was gonna work because my grandpa was neither a fireman nor a deep dish pizza, so. Not a great plan. I'm gonna tell you a story about my grandpa, and I just wanna let you know that it does involve Jewish stereotypes, and I'm telling it to you because I think it's funny. So if you also think it's funny, you know, feel free to laugh. If you don't think it's funny, then just keep doing what you're doing right now. My grandpa, he fought in World War II. He was a prisoner of war, which a lot of people think is impressive until they find out that he was captured 2 weeks after getting to Europe. Yeah, saw battle for 2 weeks, captured almost immediately. We're not known for our athleticism, so... and then the war ended, and he got out of the POW camp, and him and his army buddies, they decided to go to Paris because they wanted to lose their virginities to Parisian prostitutes. Because, like, if you didn't have sex with a Parisian prostitute, did you even go to World War II? You know what I mean? Kind of feels required. So they did that, and then my grandpa got jaundice. We think it was unrelated, but there's no way to know. And then my grandpa came home. And this isn't a shameful secret in my family. Like, we all talk about it openly. Everyone knows Grandpa went to World War II, was a POW, got out, lost his virginity to a Parisian prostitute, got jaundice, came home. And we were all out at lunch talking about this, and my grandma, all excited, she goes, ask him how much the prostitute cost. Ask him, ask him. And before we could even guess, she went, $2. It was $2. Jews love a deal. We can't get enough of them. I started my set talking about skid marks and shit, so it feels fitting that I will end it that way. For the longest time in my life, I couldn't shit. I couldn't do it. I just didn't go. Yeah, just an intimate tale of my body to 100 strangers. I just didn't go. And it got so bad, my mom took me to a gastroenterologist, and the gastroenterologist was like, here's the deal. We're gonna do a medical procedure on you. We're gonna put a balloon in your asshole. We're gonna leave you alone for 10 minutes. If you can shit out the balloon, your butthole works. This is a medical procedure. And like I get there are things about modern medicine that are mysterious that I'm just never gonna understand. But what I don't get is why the balloon said happy 21st birthday on it. Oh, you guys have been so fun. Thank you so much.